Hi, I'm Lauren Rivers, and I'd like to welcome you to my review of The Wayward Astronomer by Jeffrey Thomas. It's a book based on the Dreamkeeper's graphic novel universe by David Lilly. I guess if I had to categorize it, I would call it a fantasy adventure of sorts. It follows two main characters, Halcyon Adhill, I may be mispronouncing that, but he goes by Hal, and Miri, his fox partner. And the story begins when a mysterious meteorite makes landfall in the Starfall Mountains. Now, Hal is a raptor with a semi-intelligent tail, which, I guess a good way to put it is that it's kind of like the tail's alive, and, while it's not quite a separate entity, it's kind of attached to him and sort of expresses his moods. I've never really been a fan of that sort of thing personally, but I mean, it didn't detract from the story or anything or really keep me from enjoying it. It was just kind of one of those things that took a while to get used to, but I mean, I suppose it serves as well enough as a tool to I guess another way to express how your main character is feeling, kind of like a tale does normally. It just, I guess, is kind of, serves the same function, but it was an interesting choice. And I know that the story was approved by the universe creator, so I mean, it is obviously something that is within the realm of possibilities. Having read a couple of the Dreamkeeper's comics, I don't really remember if that was present with any other character, but it seemed like it was approved. So I mean, I'm guessing it has to be. But anyway, I would say that overall, I thought the book had a lot of good humor in it. The descriptions were pretty entertaining, and one of the nice features of apparently, I guess, having universe creators' approval is that they drew illustrations at the beginning and end of each chapter to sort of bookend the story as it went along. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of them were just moments you'd seen during the chapter, and at the opening there would be like a little, I'd almost call it a thumbnail of something that was sort of related to the story at hand. I can't really describe it right now, but it was like under the chapter number or above the chapter number there was like a little square with a little icon or picture or something that would kind of relate to the story at the moment. And it had a strong first act with a lot that kept me interested. Kind of really, I was, as a writer myself, I was trying to study, the breakdown of the story a little bit as I was reading it, as an enjoyment thing as well. And if I had a complaint, it's like I kind of wish there was more zebra. I was kind of excited when I saw a zebra on one of the illustrations related to the book. So, I kind of think zebras are underrepresented in the fandom, and, I'm totally not biased or anything. But, I just was kind of hoping he would have a bigger part, but he was there and he did what he had to do. So, I mean, it wasn't like it was, it was well used, I guess, but, that's just a preference thing. Overall, it was a very entertaining read. It was full of a lot of different shifts in direction that kept it interesting. And, overall, I enjoyed it, and I would absolutely recommend it if you're looking for something interesting and furry that, I know a lot of furry lit, kind of, I guess, falls into certain categories, but this is kind of one of the ones that I really thought was pretty universal. It's something that I think, even if you're not a member of the fandom, or even if you're just looking for a good story, it's like this is a good candidate. So I would definitely highly recommend this particular book. And I guess that's it for now, and hopefully I'm trying to figure out a regular time frame upon which I can do reviews consistently. And, because I think it'll be good for me to, some, I guess, immersion therapy or aversion therapy, or, just to get into the habit of doing it more. And, I think it'll help me as well, just to see what everybody else is doing, to maybe like get out of my own head a little bit, and just objectively observe other people's work, and maybe it'll teach me some stuff about my own. And overall, it's like I know my first couple of reviews, I kind of literally, went into the plot and broke everything down. And to tell you the truth, as much as I kind of like the I guess literal analysis aspect of that, I just don't really have the time to break into the plot, that much when I'm trying to focus on my own projects. So, I mean, if this kind of review works for you, if you would take something like this and decide to read or not read a book based on what I say, I mean, that let me know. I mean, let me know if this works for you, or if you would rather have something like the earlier style of reviews where, I would go break the story down as I was reading it, because I mean, it takes a lot of effort to do the first version. And not to say that I'm averse to effort, but it's a lot more work to keep the notes, to remember what it is, and it's also more time sensitive for me to do reviews that way, because I have to remember why I wrote these shorthand notes and what they meant. Whereas a more generalized review, kind of like this, is easier for me to work into my schedule, takes a little less effort, and is a little less time sensitive for me to be able to do and complete projects like this. So, if you've checked out some of my other reviews, which I know I haven't posted them all yet, but some of them are scheduled on my Patreon, and they're stuff that I will release as time goes on, and hopefully do more of them as I go. But if you have the time and the inclination to watch one of each, let me know what you think. Let me know if this is better, if the other one's better, if they're both about the same. Whatever. Any feedback is good. So that's it for now, and I will catch you guys hopefully at the next review. Thanks. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. You can also find me on Twitter and a few other places on the web, or support me via Patreon or Ko-fi. Zebra hugs!